So sometimes you're just trying to fill in space in your yard, right? So this little series is just going to be about sedum or stone crop, which is just like a cover term for succulents. They're moderate, slow to moderate growers. And when you're trying to fill in a space, especially a large space, stone crop is the way to go. And I'm going to show you why. It's extremely versatile. It's easy to plant. It's easy to grow. And then when it grows too much, you cut it back and you just replant those pieces. So this is going to be a short series on how I use them. And I actually use them for displays. But I also use them for landscaping. And it's a pretty neat thing that God gave us. Stone crop and sedum. That's going to be the name of this series. Hopefully you'll like it. And if you do, subscribe, give me a like, say hi. I haven't heard from you guys in a while.
Okay, so as you can see, we're going to start out with a bowl. These bowls are used yearly. I keep them outside. That's why you see the water. So I'm just going to dry that water up, and we're going to get this prepared for the sedum. Because this is for display, I use packing peanuts. It doesn't add any extra weight to the bowl. There's going to be a lot of plants on top of there, so I don't want this to weigh a ton. It's for a dining space, so it has to be moved around constantly to accommodate clients. What you're seeing right here is chicken wire. I like chicken wire because it's moldable. It allows me to create a dome shape. It allows me to create actually any type of structure with just enough foundation so that there's give for the soil that'll go on top, but it'll still keep the shape. So I'm just molding that to the bowl to prepare it for the next step. I like to use as much of the product that comes in that I possibly can. I don't want anything to go to waste. What you see right now is, I guess it would essentially be like what a death plug would be in a plant, but this goes underneath the tray of sedum. What I found is this creates a nice organic barrier between the substrate and the plant and the chicken wire and the peanuts, the packing peanuts, so that when I water it, I don't have like silt, the finer particles of soil, kind of clogging up the bottom of the bowl. I want to keep as much as that empty because you'll see in later videos that when it rains, because it's an outside terrace space, I can just lift the bowl up and all that water will come out. As a rule of thumb, it might also help for you to put horticultural charcoal in here because that will also prevent mold. That came in the substrate that I used, so I didn't have to add any more. And right here is just my mix. I use organic soil, orchid bark. The orchid bark mix that I use has horticultural charcoal and perlite in it, but I also add a little bit more perlite to the substrate so that it drains properly. I don't want the substrate to just get caked with water, which is why I'm not just using potting soil. This allows for the water to drain through. Now, remember earlier when I said I use that little packing? So right there, that is the bottom of the sedum like sheet. So I just roll that back and I'm going to use that go forward for all of my bowls. And I'm just going to cut that little mat into little triangles because I want this to be a circle. As you see, I'm going to fit that around the bowl so that we can create a nice full display. And guys, that is really it. We're going to wrap this up. One of the things I love about sedum is this looks a mess right now. This is the beginning of the spring. I'm going to give you updates throughout the season up until the end of the summer. But this is going to grow in so nicely. You're going to see the transformation just in a couple of weeks. Sedum is a great go-to choice for me. I'm going to suggest it for you. It does a multitude of things, and it's just kind of beautiful. I'm just going to water this down really, really well, set it outside, and let nature do what nature do. So this is just the first episode in a very short season of sedum and sedum care, or stone crop and stone crop care. I love that you guys came to see this. Make sure you subscribe, make sure you like, and tell a friend, guys. I cannot wait to see you next time.